So guys, we're back. We're looking a little bit different. This time, as you can see, we now have blue wing, bonnet, grille. Need to resand that, respray it with a better colour match, and then clear coat, and then that'll be okay. You can kind of see a spoiler here, and got another blue wing. A bit of rust at the bottom, nothing we can't sort. Spoiler wise, bonnet pod, which is very nice. But what we're going to do first is sort this bonnet. So haven't been able to source an SE bonnet. I can potentially get one cheap, but it involves finding a good one for another chap. I'll just turn the flash off on that. So we are going to try that because I'm not a fan of these vents. These went on the rally car. I don't want these on the car. But it's a bonnet. If we can get a blue bonnet, then fair enough. If we can't, well, I'll paint this one. I'll live with it for now. So plan is bonnet pod. We've got a few things ordered and a few other little bits now. So now I have side skirts, just for now because we can't get WRC ones because it has bullers still here. All that's going to have to be custom made, but for now and for the car we have those. They are specifically for mk1 fabia. Picked them up off a chap in Belfast. Very nice. We've got the bonnet pod from a lass in Belfast. I believe that was for a Focus Mark II that our dad used to own, but came up for sale. It was perfect. It was the exact shape that I wanted. I did try and order a Peugeot 206 rally pod. I've seen on the Skoda forums that they supposedly fit, but the company I ordered it from took the order, everything was okay, didn't get back to me for a month and a half, and then told me they had mould issues, so couldn't get the part done. Shame, but we now have this one. I'm thrilled to bits with it. Like I say, we've got the side skirts as well, thrilled to bits with them. So yeah, just going to crack on a bit now. The car looks a bit more like a car and it looks fantastic in the blue. So now the only panel really is, well, it's that need to repaint. It is technically blue, and the bonnet, but I'm going to throw some filler in that now so we can get that sanded smooth, ready for primer and some blue paint. So now that we've got some filler out, we've got a blobber hardener, I've got a squished golf ball size of filler, as per the instructions. We're going to whack it nice and generously on this didn't, and then leave it for half hour, 40 minutes, come out when it's dry, try and sand it, try and get this body line back. It might need another coat yet, but we'll try and get it on nice and thick. So there we have it. Got that on nice and thick so we can knock it back. I mean, you can see just how much we've built that up. I'm no filler expert, so we'll see. Hopefully should be able to get the shape of the bonnet back. So that's the shape. Got this line smoothing out here, going flat, so we should have this line smoothing out here and going flat with the rest of the bonnet. So we'll give that time to harden, and we've got plenty of sandpaper to knock that back and see what happens. So guys, just a bit of a quick one. That tape is the strongest tape I have ever known, double-sided bonnet pod. Like I say, it's got one teeny tiny little bit of tape on it, but you can kind of see what we're going for here. This being fiberglass, it will flex. We can make relief cuts and really get that modelled down onto the car. But as you can see, obviously not touching our filler. Well, that's, yeah. I don't know whether it needs to come further out or the pod needs to sit further down. I suspect so. I suspect it's going to cover that WRC, the VRS logo there. So we might adjust it and see what we prefer looks wise. So guys, can't really decide. Personally, I think it but want to be higher up, but I think that's kind of how it sat on the rally car. As you can see, it just looks a lot better fit with the edges there. Obviously you can get all that squared up, and this isn't a nice bonnet, so don't worry about the knife marks. Yeah, try to see if I can hold the phone back far enough. A bit like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll look at the footage in a bit and kind of make a decision, have a look at how it looked on the original rally car. It's kind of put a picture in, but yeah, this is kind of bonnet pod territory. So this is just me having to play around with it, how it looks, how it fits, that kind of a thing. So guys, 3 10mm later, 1 bolt, 2 nuts. We have our Fabia VRS throttle pedal out, and then we have a Cooper one. So you can see this one is that part number. The Cooper one is this part number. So that's 503H, 503E. The rest of the numbers look the same between the two. We were getting a throttle position sensor error, implausible signal and whatnot, so got this one out of somebody's Cooper that they were breaking, so got the same pedal, so at least it'll match. But this came off of 1.18, it definitely worked, so go this one. So that is our new Cooper pedal in. As you can see, it's mighty cold in here, but yeah, so that's now in. We start looking at getting under here all sorted, start getting our switch panel in, start getting our glove box in, and also we need to start looking at this again, making a tidier one. We do have the thingamabob here, so I'll be taking this and I'll be taking that, and we'll also be making some blanks, oversized from this to go behind here. Just extricate this, there we go, to block off that bit there, just so that all of the air is forced to the side vents rather than trying to come out a non-existent vent there behind the dash. So our filler's in. It's nice and dry, so I'm going to start hitting it with some 240 with this, try and keep it within this area. So with a bit of 240 grit sandpaper, bit of elbow grease, we've now got that filled in. It's nice and smooth, it won't be perfect, it's just better than a massive dint. So yeah, the real test will be when we cover it in primer. Could do with some like knifing putty, I suppose. Got little divots in it, but it's not come out too bad. So I've never done well, I say never done filler work. I've done some filler work on my partner's car when she crashed into a wall, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, based on the rally car, the pod does sit quite low, so we are going to have to look at that, but that's just as and when now. The main bit, which was the engine swap, that's done. You know, we've got the pedal in. I'm not going to bother firing it up today, fire it up some other time, see if that's cured our throttle position sensor issue. If not, I'll have to start chasing some wiring, but it's not the O2 sensors, and our ECU's not fried, because when you clear codes on the old pedal it did work again, so it's not that. Otherwise I'd run separate grounds and just live with a fried ECU. I do have a spare, but yeah, now the time being, that's got a filler in, so I'm going to stick the grill back on very quickly and I'll probably call that a day. So guys, a bit has been happening since we last did a video. I have some masonry paint. I'm going to get these walls white, so we have the lights on, it'll be nice and bright in here. Still got our bonnet pod. Obviously the car still as we left it. We got some bits and bobs, still got the wings now the wall, the front bumper and rear bumper. They're going to be cut up, they're going to be sprayed in foam. I can kind of work on things whilst they're out the way, but they just held up onto rafters there, a couple screws and then some cable ties in the parts just to hold them up. So they've got plenty of room, can walk down this side. Finally, walk down this side, got all my spare tyres up in that corner there. So we've got plenty more room to be cracking on with a bit of work. And today, hood pins. So guys, what we've done here, we've got our eyelets through. We had to drill that out a little bit more. That's where the headlight mounting tabs go. So yeah, we'll figure out a different way to mount the tabs. We'll put a dab of grease on, so we're closing the bonnet, so we've got a point where we know we can drill through. So guys, we're starting to get our posts in. They're all nice. We've got some rather crude holes cut in the bonnet, nice and sharp. So we're knocking them back with the hammer, getting them off with a file, all that good stuff. But for now, I just want these bonnet pins in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the washers underneath. So these are all nice, as long as the washers sit nice in this hole. And then what we're going to do is nut and wash at the back, nut and wash at the back, and then that means we can get the recip saw in and just trim that off after. So guys, we've made that progress. We now have bonnet pins in. As you can see, it's just on the edge of this patch of filler here. That's on, so we've got 2 rivets in there, screw in there. We'll take these up best we can when it comes to throwing some paint on. Could have done it after paint or just use screws because there's a screw in the top. But I wanted them on. Wanted to make that progress, so that's on. That one's on. This is our undamaged side. Let's see, we've got a nice bit of jiggle there, but we now have bonnet pins, so no more bonnet flying up like normally happens to these on cars where people don't maintain the hood latch or don't latch it down properly. Our grill's just rested in. Obviously our front bumper's on. Obviously now I can give you a better look all the way down the side of the car. Still got this blue wing mirror that's pastel. We've still got our black wing mirror. But yeah, we've done this, got everything more out of the way. We've got more room to work in here, especially if it's raining out there. So we've got those bonnet pins on for today. That's probably about all we're going to be able to do. Just going to double check the clearance with our bonnet pod, see what that's looking like, see if we need to trim any bits, and yeah. So guys, it's still quite messy in what we're doing. Obviously we've sorted out the garage, we've got a few other bits knocking about, still got lights in, they all work, you're kind of seeing it now. So got a bonnet pod and we've stuck it on. Got 5 rivets in, the 4mm rivets, 5.5mm hole, washers either side on those 3. This is a washer this side of the pod, and there's a washer on the back side of the bonnet. These 2, it's in the double skin area, so I can't quite get a washer on the back of them, but we're going to have to cut this, make it fit around our bonnet pins. Now this fiberglass pod sat on quite straight now, got it lined up with the badge for the middle, the centre spat coming right up through middle of the car, so I know that's dead middle. But this fiberglass pod obviously ain't perfect dimensions wise. I mean, they're not perfect round to round, so yeah, but that's on. Obviously there's some flex in it. We are going to need some supports. I was thinking from like here, support maybe to here, this bit of the grill one that's bolted up, or maybe go for a support from here back to the bonnet. As you can see, that fills most of what we have to fill in there. But yeah, that's fabia with a bonnet pod. Just going to have to wire it up now with that.